Yeah, that's me, sitting in traffic along with the other poor schmucks who after 2 years have been mandated back into the office.
I'm not a schmuck.
It takes me 1 to 2 hours to drive about 20 miles to work.
Why? Why, God?
Most of the time is spent in the last 5 miles as I get closer to downtown Miami. There's a chance that you are sitting in the car next to me contemplating the same thing I am right now. Sitting in traffic for 2 to 4 hours a day. This can't be the rest of my life. There has to be something better. What if I told you right now is the best time to invest in real estate? 90% of the world's millionaires made their millions in real estate over the past 200 years. Would you believe me? Well, folks, this year I made a goal of retiring in 3 years, and although I have a ways to go, this year I made $250,000 from real estate alone.
Did someone from the IRS contact you?
No, it was tax-free and legal. By the end of this video, it's my goal to give you a new understanding of how you can make $250,000 through real estate, how you could be missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime, and what you can learn from millionaires in real estate to join the top 0.1% of income earners in the world. What's up, everybody? I'm Sean McMurray, co-host of BPM RIA Online, and this is Mr. $250 million in real estate transactions, my mentor, my good friend, president and owner of BPM RIA, Anish Dave.
Hey, this is Anish Dave, CEO of BPM RIA, and you know our goal is to make real estate investing made simple.
You are missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 11 months, you know the economy and real estate market is in shambles. But is now really the worst time to invest in real estate?
Enough with the suspense, guys. What is it?
Well, stick with me for a second. To answer this question, let's level set the discussion. Traditionally, in order to make money in real estate, you would do one of two things. 1, buy a house and sell it for profit, or 2, rent it out. We now have a third option. Short and medium term rentals. Let's add that to the list. Despite many talking heads on YouTube and online telling you that right now is the worst time to purchase a home, it quite possibly could be the best time ever to buy a home. Now, of course, I'm simplifying a complex conversation into a single statement. There's more to this than just going out and investing in a property. All right, check out this graph of the average sales price of houses sold in the United States. Understanding that the cheaper we get a home, the more money we'll make on our investment over time, the best time to purchase would have been here, Q1 of 2009, or here, Q4 of 2011, or even Q2 of 2020. Looking at this graph, it's like,
Of course.
Duh.
but you're looking at this graph after the fact. It's a different story when you're living through it. For example, how would you know that this Q1 of 2008 wasn't the bottom, or Q3 2010 wasn't the bottom? You don't. You do your best to read the indicators, but no one can predict the market. So what are your options? Not invest? Sit and wait? No, you adapt your strategy. If you traditionally fix and flip, consider long-term rentals. This is a chart of rent inflation going all the way back to 1915. As you can see, even during the dot-com bust, the housing crash of 2008, and the pandemic, rent has continued to appreciate. This is a viable strategy to switch to, as is short-term rentals if your market supports it. These are just examples to drive home a point. Right now is the best time to invest in real estate despite all the craziness.
You can say that again.
Although it takes someone open-minded and creative enough to see through the current market conditions.
Do you play checkers?
No, I play chess.
As the economy improves, so does the investment you bought at a discount. This is literally the opportunity of a lifetime. Anish, is anything I'm saying out of line? Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, Sean, you know what? You're totally hitting it on the spot, right? Why run away when there's a ton of opportunity? If you're looking at it the same way that everyone else does, yeah, you're gonna be scared a little bit. But the truth is, again, we have multiple strategies. I hate to say it, people are still passing away, they're still getting divorced, and there's still problems with houses with code violations. And it's people like us going door to door and actually talking to these sellers.
Think like a millionaire. Okay, so I made $250,000 through real estate.
Yeah, but how?
Before I get into that, you have to understand three concepts. Anish, what is appreciation? What is cash flow? And what is leverage?
Yeah, Sean, so appreciation, right, is when prices go up, right? You're almost doing nothing and magically your house went from 350,000 to 400,000. Comparables and sometimes appreciation is really tied into inflation, so it goes hand in hand. Cash flow, that's what we love as investors, right? We want money coming in versus money coming out, and the key is we want positive cash flow. Negative cash flow is gonna be a Debbie Downer. You're gonna be broke pretty soon, and you're gonna be at the unemployment line or on a welfare check if you have negative cash flow. The game of real estate, it's not really about the assets, it's about cash flow. And my favorite is leverage. Leverage is many things, right? But the easiest way is using someone else's money. The most popular way is using the bank's money. I like using friends, families, or investors' money. And really, it lowers your risk when you're buying something, but more importantly, it allows you to buy bigger things, right? Imagine you had to save up $400,000 or $500,000. I know you made $250,000, Sean, but what are you gonna buy here with $250,000? Not much, right? But using that leverage, you can get up to $1 million property.
Well, that's great, Anish. Basically, I invest in a property that has great appreciation and cash flow. It's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, Sean, you know what? That totally sounds great in theory. That in a perfect world, we would want both. But real life, it's usually one or the other. So they're both good. Personally, I like cash flow more because I could ride it out. The appreciation, yeah, that's nice. But what are you gonna do with the appreciation if you don't sell the property?
How I made $250,000.
And now, the one you've all been waiting for.
All right, let's get to the meat of the matter. This is how I made $250,000 tax-free with real estate in 2022. This is my family. In 2019, after living in apartments and moving every 2 years for a decade, we decided it was time to buy our first home.
About time, too.
Although uncertain of what we were looking for, we knew we wanted something that would generate revenue. We had a choice, focused on a home that appreciated well or that cash flowed. We found a unicorn.
What's a unicorn?
Fable creature.
In this case, a home that appreciates and cash flows. If we decided to rent or Airbnb our property, we would make a killing in cash. So we then proceeded to live life for 2.5 years. Yep, we got puppies, there was prom, wrestling, fashion shows, and Christmas. Late last year, I get a message from Carol, our friend and realtor who helped us find this home. And I'm paraphrasing. Have you checked the value of your home? No, but checking now. Holy poopstick. In 2.5 years, our house more than doubled in value. We call our mortgage company, cash out $220,000, and actually lower our payments. I'd like to say that we were geniuses going through the process, but we totally weren't.
All agreed? Agreed.
Yeah. Agreed.
We relied heavily on our team, Anish and Carol. Look, I know some of you are probably thinking,
I don't appreciate being bamboozled like that.
but you are only thinking that because you do not understand how powerful what I just stated is. What I experienced through happenstance is something that seasoned investors and the top 1% do every single day. They use leverage to reduce their tax exposure and increase their wealth. Here's a little secret. You can do it too.
It's half the battle.
What did I do with $250,000?
Who's up for a strip club?
Absolutely.
I invested over $100,000 of it. From peer-to-peer loans, family loans, real estate funds, courses, and a few other areas that are all making me more money, baby. Check out this playlist where we discuss my journey to retire in 3 years and some of the things I've invested in with Anish's guidance. Anish, how powerful is understanding the difference between a property that appreciates and a property that cash flows? More importantly, how powerful is leverage?
So yeah, Sean, you know what? Leverage is my favorite word because guess what? It's using other people's money and you can really expand your business. And what was really important, what I liked about that you really talked about was refinancing and getting that money tax-free, right? We want to limit our exposure on taxes. Otherwise, that's money going down the drain, or if you really trust Uncle Sam, what they're going to do with it. But, that's another conversation. we want to keep more money in our pocket. And the great thing is now you're starting to really use velocity of money to invest in other income streams. And this is just the beginning of a journey of a true real estate investor.
If you are wasting 2 to 4 hours of your day sitting in traffic, wondering if there's something better, this is for you. Right now is absolutely the best time to invest in real estate. While things are depressed, it only gets better as things improve. Look, this isn't something that you rush into. Although not difficult in the grand scheme of things, there is a level of complexity that you need to understand, and it's hard to sum this up in a 9 or 10 minute video. You can continue to watch the videos on our channel. There's plenty of great information there, or watch some of the other YouTubers, or you can join our coaching program where we will hold your hand through the entire process and fund 100% of the deals. We then split the profit 50-50. That means you don't have to know anything to get started. You eliminate your risk and you make an infinite return on all deals. It seriously doesn't get better than that. Anish, final words.
Yeah, Sean, so what I really love is what you really did by refinancing and taking advantage of that low interest rate. There's just too many people on the sidelines waiting around for the right time or not having enough time. If you would have waited another year or two, your payments would be higher, your cash flow would be less, and maybe it wouldn't have been a good decision. So the key is to really go out there and make a difference and be in action. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in this world.
And we're out.